Okay. Child trying to figure out this stuff. I think that's live chat. They keep changing stuff, making it difficult. All right, I'll give it about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, see if anybody come in, and then I'm gonna talk. I did throw a garden video up. I'm gonna throw something from Santa Claus too. I went to go pick up the little Thai chili plant that I hope I said Thai chili, Thai basil. I've got so many little plants out there. But I went to go pick up the Thai chili plant that I got yesterday from this lady. And when I was driving down the street, they had this huge, I'm not a Santa worshiper, but they had this huge Santa Claus. And this thing was bigger than the house. His hand was at the house, and the rest of his body was bigger than the tree. I did a little. It was. I had to stop and take pictures. It was so funny to me. I did a quick little video, so hopefully y'all can see it. Chicago BBW, what's up? You know, so I'm still kind of cooking Thanksgiving dinner. I smoked the turkey that weekend prior to the day of Thanksgiving. So I think it was Sunday, I smoked the turkey. So my turkey was, overnight, I smoked the turkey. It was ready Monday. So I got up, I just kept getting up, basting it, stoking the fire. So I did that, and then I had to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. As soon as he was done, I let him sit out there, rest, and then I cut him up and bagged him up and ziplocked him in the refrigerator. Now, with my smoked turkey, I usually make greens with part of it. So I did that too, but that just really happened yesterday. I really have not eaten Thanksgiving dinner at all yet. Facts. This is my whole thing. So I've been like really organizing and cleaning. And so I'm doing some rearranging in the refrigerator. I was out in the garden stuff, and I'm moving this way because I need to clean this desk up and move some stuff because I'm going to replace this desk. And I want to get pictures of it to sell it on Marketplace. Sorry, my nose is itching. But how was your Thanksgiving? I'm talking about my non-Thanksgiving, and I'm still cooking. Today I just made my dressing. I finished my greens last night. Right now I'm about to make a cheese pie, which is a cream cheese pie. So I'm still doing stuff, and then I'm gonna end up giving some of it to Linda. But how was your Thanksgiving? Anybody come in, give us a like, thumbs up, share it out. Yeah, let me know how your Thanksgiving was. Girl, I'm not mad at you. I took some time off because my body was so drained, and I still have some mobility issues. I'm not having any issues with the knee now with the weight loss, but my back is real jacked up. And I still have my equilibrium's off on the right a little bit. So I still have that, but I'm not mad at you. Oh, yeah. Girl, I'll be doing overtime this coming week. I'm going to knock out some overtime. I was going to knock some out today, but I said, no, I'm going to enjoy a full 4 days off, and I'll do work on Monday. So after this video, I got to run over here to Wally World and pick up a Wally World pickup order, and then coming back. And like I said, I've been cooking steadily right now. What you just heard beep was the air fryer, and I did a pan of sweet potatoes. So I did one, and I did another one because it came out good, but I had another sweet potato. I'm like, let me go ahead and I'll make one more. I'll probably give Linda some. I did something different though. So I was 443 pounds when I first started. I am 380 pounds, and I weighed on the 17th when I went to the doctor's office. So it's coming off. I still need to join the gym. I haven't done that yet because I was doing some financial cleanup, which I got that taken care of. It should hopefully release, my financial cleanup should release on probably either end of December or sometime in January. So I should have that. So all my credit is wiped and clean. So just really starting again. One of the reasons I think I'm going through this cleaning with the apartment too. And I still got this massive bin box over here. And when I'm working the overtime, I want to get a day bed. My friend who's a flight attendant, I've spoken to her and I want to see her. I haven't seen her in a while. She's in Jersey, and she just bought a condo out there. And whoo, she told me the price. I almost fell off the chair. I was like, my Lord. which to me at this age, because I think she's somewhere between 50 and 55. So she's a couple years younger than me. But anyway, at this age, I'm thinking, girl, if you can get retired, retire early and be gone. And the fact you're a flight attendant, I'd be living in some other country. But I know she's gonna be here more because her mom and dad are here. So I know she's probably gonna stay in the U.S. Me, I ain't got that kind of family situation. I'd throw the peace sign and be ghost. I'd be gone. But the weight loss is going good. Still having the back issue. This year coming up, I'm gonna go to the neurologist and deal with that. Um, I still have some stomach issues even beyond Ozempic, which I think are more so tied to this hernia. I'm hoping that's all it is. When I did the colonoscopy, we did Cologuard because this hernia is so big, and I have two hernias. So the gastro doctor I went to, he said he didn't think it was a good move to do the regular colonoscopy because of the hernia, because you have small intestines twisted in there, and they're trying to go and check everything. Well, they're going in there with a camera. He said that's a high risk of puncture. And I was like, yeah, we can do it. He says, but the Cologuard should tell us if we have any issues. I don't know which one that is. I'm okay with the Ozempic. Ozempic apparently has been around a minute. I don't know which one but you know what? If you've researched it and you feel that's a good move for you, do that move. I'm gonna tell you, I feel better. My sleep I've noticed has changed. I do have a CPAP, but like for the past few nights, I haven't used my CPAP. I need to do a good clean of it. So I'm gonna do a good wash and clean. But I've slept better. And I'm noticing I have energy bursts. That's the best thing I can tell you, like what I'm doing right now. If it wasn't for my back hurting, I probably would make more of a dent quicker. But I do a few things and then my back is kicker. So I don't know if that's still because I need to lose some stomach or if it has to do with sitting on the truck, because I never had these back issues up until after trucking. I don't know if it has to do with that. I ain't sure. But I know one thing, my back is kicker. When I stand for long periods of time, my back is talking. And so it's kicker. But no, other than that, yeah, I'm not sure what is, but hey, if it works, try it, research it, and pray about it. That was my big one. I don't know that I'm at that point where I need a back brace. What I may end up having to do though is a what is it called? A hernia band. So that would pull the stomach in, and I think it might help because my stomach is still big and my hernia is huge. So it's huge. And now with the weight coming off, it's probably even more noticeable with a shirt because it sticks up in my stomach because your stomach is shrinking. And so I got to deal with that. And then I'm also going to probably have to deal with the skin removal. My play niece, the one that I referred into the company I'm at, she went and had skin removal from her back. So her back, she had all the skin removed from her back, the extra skin. What you mean not the hysterectomy, the hernia surgery? Is that what you're talking about? You scared to do the hernia surgery? I'm not scared to do the hernias. Oh, okay. Here's I've been through a surgery because I went through a hysterectomy, right? And surgeries aren't fun, and probably because of where I'm at spiritually. But we could walk out our door and be gone tomorrow. That's facts. And with all the craziness going on, ain't no telling. We go to sleep and not wake up, right? I had a hysterectomy. Yeah, the hysterectomy, I love. Praise Jesus. But the hysterectomy, I think, the fact that my mother's obese and all of us, all three children had obesity issues is one issue. But I can tell you that my entire female metabolism and all that and weight retention went through the roof after the hysterectomy. It has a huge impact. Now, I still have my ovaries for the estrogen production, but the uterus and all that's gone. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't have a desire for kids. Some people did. That desire was taken away from me with the fact I was forced into the situation with raising my brothers. and then all the pervy male stuff that happened to me as a kid. So all that desire to have children, that was out the window. I'm okay with not having kids. I like kids to a degree, as long as they're well made, as long as they're well trained, well disciplined, well behaved. I don't have a problem. And most kids like me, regardless of if they're any of those things. But I'm a person who's not about a bunch of bull crap. Zero. And I'm finding that now even more so as I'm getting older. So one of my fears too was I didn't want to translate the wickedness of my mother, that type of mean individual in raising children. I didn't want to translate to my kids. So that was another thing, you know, what kind of parent would I be? Because I right now I have little tolerance for foolishness with kids. I believe we have a bunch of entitled, titty-fed children right now that need a good butt whooping. As a matter of fact, I called the grocery store. I called to see if they had any more turkey legs and turkey thighs. I got a whole turkey, but I was going to smoke some extra, and I was going to make some more for Linda. And I also wanted some to add into the greens, because the way I did my turkey this time, the bottom half wasn't as smoky as I wanted it, because I left it in a roasting pan, in a turkey pan, next, instead of putting it on the grill grates. You got nothing to family like your baby. Girl, I'm done with you, but I ain't mad at you. And then come pick them little ninjas up. That's what right here, sis. Right here. I got enough of them in the family. And I don't mean to be mean, but that's kind of how you can give them back, you know? It's like dogs. I love dogs, and I eventually want to get a dog. But like my play niece Vicky talking about, I'm gonna bring them over there and hang out. I think you bring them over and hang out, and they're gonna go back. Because her dogs are exceptionally spoiled. They're exceptionally clingy. She treats them like they're somewhat human. And don't get me wrong, I know we all love our animals. But the way she has them, they're very needy. And so, and also they're not, I don't think, as well trained as they could be. Bathroom issues, going to the bath, their stuff. And I keep telling her, get a doggy door. I mean, you got a sliding glass door, sweetheart. Get a doggy door, okay? Doggy door slides right in, teach them to go in and out, and then you don't have to worry about accidents in the house. If I end up getting a Cocker Spaniel here in this house, I'm going to set a little place up for him or her to go to the bathroom out there. I might just box in something, put some dirt and some wood chips down or whatever, and let him go do his due. And then go out. It might just, well, I don't want to do kitty litter, because then you had them freaking cats out there doing their business, and I don't want to clean up after the cat. But, you know, have him do his due, and then just clean it up as I need to. And he can go in. So I have a back door, and I can get the gate to where it'll stay shut. My latch thing came off, so I got to fix that or have it fixed. And, you know, but I understand. You in a house, and it's just 3 of y'all. So put a doggy door in. Doggy door ain't nothing but maybe, well, back in the day, it was $100. It might be $200 nowadays. Put the doggy door, it slides right in. You ain't got to cut no holes. Me, I'd have to have a cold cut in the door, which I would pay to do. Put the doggy door in, and then teach them to go in and out. Hillary, when I got her, I taught her in one night to go in and out the doggy door. I can go in, I can go out. I can go in, I can go out. I can go in. And she went in and out all night long. And then, and I had to teach her because she thought it was fun. I can go in, I go, oh, look at this. This is fun. She's weird. And then me and Kimber, we looking at her like, girl, if you don't get your little black tail up in this house and get in that bed. And then we put the little doggy door thing down. And then what I did is I put I end up teaching her, so when the doggy door be lifted, they know they could go in and out. When the doggy door was down, they knew it was sleep time. You know, and I was going to work for the day. Or it was sleep time usually. I would leave it open for them when I was gone. Or I would kennel them. I'm also a kennel trainer, so I do believe in kenneling. Some people don't like kenneling, but I don't have a problem with that. But I never, the kid thing I never wanted to do. So do you have any kids or no? Chicago, you have any kids? And that's my, like, my play niece, her mom, because her mom kind of was a little jealous, I think, because her kids really like me. And she like, my kids love you. I'm cool people. I'm not about, Long as it ain't foolishness, I'm cool. I'm cool with you. If it's foolishness, we can't hang. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, no, the way I grew up, I was like, nah, I had zero desire for kids. And like I said, a lot of kids, I've noticed that people who become parents, some of them become, they become nipple fed parents, or they're really crazy like my mother, or like the story I told of my friend Anthony. And then you're all jacked up. My friend Massey, I presume he's dead. I haven't heard from him, but I presume because last time I heard from him, things were bad. And he was here. I helped him. Then he did some weird stuff, and he would say weird stuff and twist stuff. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was really messed up. And then he was doing weird stuff sexually with folks. He was doing a lot of really bizarre, dark stuff. Yeah, yeah. And it's sad when you're forced. Mine was in childhood to raise something because people made their choices. And then their choices end up coming on you. But also, it's a way for them to indenture you, if depending on the type of person you're dealing with. My biological mother, she it was an indenture thing. It was a servitude thing. It was really twisted. My house was very twisted, and I didn't realize the type of crazy. Granted, my two brothers justify it now, for them, and maybe their experience was different after I left, because I raised them from the time they were born up until, wow, they were like maybe between 5 and 7, and that's when she kicked me out. So, and beat the hell out of me. And well, she kicked me out. She beat the hell out of me. I called my grandfather, and my grandfather came and got me. And I was like, I'm not going. And then she's going to tell me she's coming back. Oh, absolutely not. I was done. And God knew when to step in, because the thing is I see through different glasses than the other two, because they stayed in the madness. They don't understand. So they stayed in the crazy. And she may be somewhat different now. Because a lot of times when you do something so severe to one child, you then adjust. But also, women are different with their male children. They treat their daughters sometimes like crap, and then they treat their sons like they dudes. So that's a whole nother can of worms. I got a friend right now. I know that's exactly what's wrong with her child. Love her son dearly, but the son is different. And oh, he wasn't raised like that. No, yeah, he was. He was raised like that. Yes, sister, he was. You raised him like he was your Negro, opposed to raising him like he was your child. Therefore, that's why he don't have respect for you. He realized you as a mama, but there's definitely a lack of respect. And the reason he don't respect you is because you raised him in a way that whatever you want, you curtailing to him like he your Negro, and opposed to raising him, disciplining him, and raising him like he's your. I mean, it's like my half sister. She said, "I'm not my daughter's friend." And if you understand that statement, what that means is I am your parent. I'm going to parent you. I may discipline you. Friends might not do that. They might. There's. I'm treating you like I'm your buddy. No, no, I'm your mama. So I do have to teach you life skills, and that's really, it's not to beat them to where they don't have. You need to teach people life skills, and that's the problem. One of my friends, her mother said, "I'm not raising you for myself. I'm raising you for this world." That right there, that right there puts it all in a pretty look. Put the bow back on it. But there's some people who raise you for themselves, to be their servant or to control you or to manipulate you. I got another associate, that's what he grew up in. Although he thinks they idolize his mama. And she was a control freak from hell. I mean, I liked her. I met her. She's a very nice lady. But being nice doesn't mean you don't have some deep-seated issues. I put a video on here that Oprah just did on people who are kind of divorcing their parents. And from what we tolerated, and even past generations, from the craziness that people tolerated in families, although we did have a time where we talked about something called tough love. Okay, we had a time when we talked about something called tough love. Those things don't happen now. And people are now allowing people to do all sorts of crazy wickedness and making excuses. I had an associate of mine. She referred a girl who didn't do good at my company, didn't pass the licensing test. So she works at a different insurance carrier. So she referred to, I told her about the girl, and there was two of them that just didn't do good, but I liked them. They seemed to be go-getters. One was a little black girl, and was a white girl, by the color codes that I hate. Anyway, the girl got on for almost 2 years. She's at this company. And then all of a sudden, my friend says, "Oh, well, she has ADHD," and she thought the girl just sleeping in her bed, working, not going to work. I was like, "Oh, that's not ADHD. That's not ADHD. Well, it might be, but we always give excuses to something." I'm like, it sounds to me like somebody don't know they got bills to pay, or they got somebody else they can rely on, or they may need. I understand that sometimes maybe jobs become stressful, or it's not a fit. Well, then you need to be doing something. But she didn't do this in one job; she did it in two. Because my associate got her two jobs, even a part-time job. And yeah, yeah. And she's like, yeah, she was just coming up on her 2 years at this company. And I said, man, I'm really sorry. I didn't know, because who I saw was a go-getter, and who this girl ended up being was an odd mess. So like I told my associate, I said, people can choose the route they gonna take. And people choose how they gonna live their life. And this new generation, they different. This 40 and unders. I called the store the other day. I was going to say, I called Safeway. I was like, oh, y'all got some, have y'all got any more turkey thighs and legs in? She said, huh? Listen, I'm calling the butcher area. I said, do you have any raw turkey thighs or turkey legs in? Nuh-uh. No. Who are you talking to? That's no home training. Not only is that no home training, that's a professionalism for that company, because you also need to address how people talk to each other. But this is one of them, I can tell by who I was talking to. This is a child, and I call them child because they may be a grown adult, but they're a grown child. They may, well, let me rephrase that. They may be a grown person, but they are a grown child. They're not a grown woman or a grown man, and they ain't got no home training, nor do they have any customer service skill. Nuh-uh. The hell is not, look, if I didn't understand, like, and I got off the phone, I was like, this chick say nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I cannot. Ratchet. And half this stuff that people do and put up with their family and their children, absolutely not. Like the buddy whose nephews he had ended up, the state wanted him to adopt, and one of them tried to stab him. I was like, absolutely not. And you still here, and we go by a house, and dude walk out, the nephew walk out to the back with a weed bomb. Absolutely not. I won't be back. No ma'am, no sir. That tell me that's probably what y'all doing in the backyard. And that's normal. And originally you set a tone. Now everything that these folks wanted, these ratchets, the ratchetness is very prevalent in your life, because you're too busy tolerating it, because you don't have the wherewithal to stand up and say, no, you will not disrespect me. That's disrespect. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And that's what he's had since he had them. But that's, you won't disrespect me as a family member. I don't care what your rank in the family is. Mama, papa, granddaughter, I don't really care. I don't care who you are. Especially at 57, where I'm at now and the stuff I've been through. I love Jesus all day long, but you get the peace sign and you do whatever you do in your mind about that middle finger. I'm done. I don't care, friend, family. I don't care. I'll be here by myself with a dog. I'm gonna have peace in my Middle East. Two kids is family members' children. And where are you moving to? Let me know if it's family members' kids and where you moving to. I'm binge watching this new show called, Hey Tiffany, what's up? And how's your weather where y'all at? Is that my Tiffany in Dallas, or is that my Tiffany on the East Coast? Because you know I get y'all mixed up, because I got two Tiffany's that pop in. And what's your weather like? Okay. Oh, you gonna stay in Chicago? Are you staying in Chicago? Louisiana, okay. Oh, you the other Tiff. So maybe I got 3 Tiffany's in. Do I have 3 of y'all? Because I know I got one lady up in Maryland. I got one in Dallas. Okay, you're going to stay in Chicago. I got a friend I just talked to the other night, and she's in, I don't know what, it's a little city in Illinois. Really cheap house, but it's a beautiful little house. And we caught up for about 2 to 3 hours, but it's a beautiful house. And because I like old homes, and it's a nice yard. I'm like, oh, only thing is them winters. God bless whoever y'all in them winters in Illinois. Is what California? I'm lost with what California? You lost me. What California? And Tiffany, how you doing, baby? And how's the weather in Louisiana? Louisiana, y'all should be okay. Y'all don't get cold either. Y'all kind of middle of the road. I think y'all more like us in Arizona because y'all don't get snow or nothing like that too much. I don't think I ever went to Louisiana where y'all have snow. Y'all just got heavy humidity. The humidity is awful, but your food is good. I'm losing my fat, but your food is still good. And how y'all feeling about the political environment of things? How y'all feeling about all the drama? Every time I watch, sometimes I'll be going, ooh, this baby right here. No, she's saying Louisiana. I'm pretty sure she's saying Louisiana. Lafayette is Louisiana. No, Lafayette, Louisiana. That's Louisiana. Yeah, anytime you Lafayette, that's Louisiana. Good food, though. Anything down in that Louisiana area, they can cook. You gotta be careful, though, because they also have a heavy criminal. The folks can be special. I had an associate of mine who had a young black girl, and it was in the news slightly. Probably if it would have been, if she would have been another culture, it would have been all in the news. But she was a teacher, got voted teacher of the year, went to celebrate with some teachers after school, and she was in Louisiana to teach at a school to help pay off her student loans, and had got teacher of the year, went to celebrate with other teachers. All of a sudden said she wasn't feeling good. Somebody probably spiked her drink. Went out to the car. The baby ended up missing, and they finally found her body in a swamp in her car, and it was months later. But she was from California, and yeah, Louisiana, you got to be a little cautious. That's also where that truck driver girl, remember, she stopped and went in there, and then went back to her truck, and then they found her dead in her truck. Which I think she probably raped and attacked. I'm gonna be honest, but she did some things that just, again, we got to be cautious when we even in this environment. What I do right now, when I walk out my house, I'm looking. My neighborhood is fairly okay, but that don't mean nothing because folks, especially in the time with all the racial stuff going on and all these so-called, they want to consider themselves white, which and think they better than somebody else. These people will come along and do all sorts of just craziness. I don't know if you ever watched a show called Northern Exposure. The little lady, I think her name was Marilyn in the show. I love Northern Exposure. She was like that indigenous Native American that's in the show and is truly indigenous to the area. Honey, why did they have a thing out that ICE pulled her over and did all sorts of craziness with her? I'm like, it's insanity, but we're going to see what's going to happen. No, they never did. Never did. Mm-mm. And then the one from, I think it was Prime. It was her, I think it was the dude she was messing with that killed her. And he buried the body somewhere and then he killed himself or something. That's why I say you got to be, folks, and I get people are in emotions. I've been there myself, but there's a point where you got to wake up and you got to realize I'm not going to have peace in my Middle East and is this person crazy as hell? And I don't care whether it's an intimate person as far as a, intimate relationship or whether it's a family. Folks do crazy stuff, family or not. All right, Chicago BBW. Yeah. So Tiffany, what you doing and how was your turkey day? Let me know how your turkey day was. And your weather, you guys, what are you, what, 70 degrees right now, probably, something like us? When I walked outside, it was hot. I walked out there, I'm like, it's hot. It felt hot. After this video, I gotta go pick up a Wally World order. I only do pickups. I had to go inside a Walmart. I had bought a can of paint for the grill and the top thing broke. So I take it back. I said, bro, can you just change it out here? Pick up. He said, no, you gotta go in. It took all I had. I had to pray. I hate going to that store. Only time I go in there is for oil change, and then I usually gotta go sit right down in the oil in the tire center area where they got the seating until that car is done. I don't have the energy. Wally World make you want to shoot yourself. Yeah, they already file in other ways, but man, it's unfortunate because they are probably the best for the one-stop shopping and for certain things. I can't get my oil change nowhere cheaper. They do an oil change cheap. Battery, they beat out other folks. They even had the battery done. They beat them out. What did I have my play niece needed? There was something she needed. Something she needed with her car. I'm trying to think, was it her? That wasn't tires. It was something she needed with the car. And I told her to go to Walmart. Maybe it was the tires. It might have been tires. I can't remember. Anyway, when I got done, I said, you go on there, do this, do Afterpay, do this and that. And they fixed everything. And she said, I even got the oil change done. I love you. Girl, look, we got to make them dollars work. You got to research it. And that's the thing. These are some of the things that growing up and being on your own teaches you. But love her dearly. But if you're living at home, sometimes you're still too relying on mama and you're not figuring it out. So that's one of my other little pet peeves. Baytown, Texas. Houston area. Isn't that Houston area? I think I've been through Baytown. Is that Houston area? I think that's Houston area. In Baytown, Houston area. It sounds familiar. Let me know if that's Houston area. It's another humid spot. Yeah. I think I picked up the oil refineries are in the area, and I picked up some chemicals out there when I was working for Conway. And I think I took them up into Canada. I think. And I believe it was for the refinery, like oil refineries and stuff, if I remember correctly. But when I used to go out there, I was picking up stuff from the oil refinery places. So whatever they're producing there. But it's very humid. And I'm like, Baytown. I've been to Baytown. Yep. Y'all. Oh, yeah, I used to drive all the way up into Canada for Conway. You had to have your, Conway's the one that paid for my passport. Actually, I need to get it renewed. I haven't gotten it renewed yet. And I think you don't have to do something if you renew it, and you just can send it in. I don't know. It might be past the 5 years. I have to go check. I haven't done it yet. I want to go. I got to still do my DOT physical because I haven't done that yet. But I'm probably going to be doing that in the next. I would like to get it done probably before the first of the year and get that up to date, and then probably do the passport early next year. I don't know that I'm really going anywhere. I just want to be prepped. And the passport, it serves multiple. It's more important than sometimes the driver's license for identification. And then I'm also thinking about learning to get what they call an international driver's license. I'm trying to keep it. I just need to go do the DOT physical. I haven't done it. So in Arizona, if you don't get your DOT physical, they put your CDL in suspension. So my CDL is in suspension for not doing my DOT physical. So I need to go do that. I have no intention on driving again. I would have to be desperate, and there would have to be no other job. And I have no desire to be over the road, nor am I in physical shape to be over the road anymore. I can't. I climbing in and out of truck, the way my back feels, I absolutely not. That's over and done. So yeah, I'm not in the shape for that. So I'm not worried about that too much. And I was telling Chicago BBW, she asked me how Thanksgiving dinner. I never really sat down and had a full meal. I've been piecemealing. I did finish my greens last night. I smoked, well, today and last night. I smoked turkey, so I chopped that up. But I got everything greens. I just put them in the what I got. I got one of those Ninja Foodie possible cookers, it's like a slow cooker with a bunch of other features. So I put it in there and I just gotta let them slow cook and then been stirring them all day. And then I stirred in a new package. I'm ended up giving half of them to Linda. I just did my dressing. I did part of it yesterday. I did the rest of it today. So it's done. I got candy yams in there right now. I did part of them the other day, and then I got another one I just cut up and did it today. I'm about to do my cheese pie, and that's it. Do you get out? Do you get out? Yeah, I do work from home 3 weeks of the month and then 1 week in office. So that 1 week in office, I get out the house. I get out the house for doctor's appointments. While I think I'm leaning more into my what do you call them people? Introverted side. I do get out. So I have restaurants I like to go to. So I like sushi. I like pho. I'm big on Asian foods. I have a little place called My Mother's, which I go to. It has a little salad bar. I call it the old people restaurant. I have a China place up here, a Chinese place up here. They also have I find that you find older people that go to it. They've been around for a long time, and the food is good. Plus, they're budget friendly. I have some other restaurants, but they're kind of high. I have some friendships that I have ended because I've just kind of, as you step back in age, you realize what you're going to tolerate as a person. And the more you're not going to just talk to me anyway or think you can keep doing certain things because that's what you do in your family. You won't do that here. You're going to either respect me or you can just go your way. I give you respect, you give me respect. If you can't do that or you think you're controlling or manipulating something, out. So I have some friendships that I have weighed, and I'm calling them one of their exes. Her mother used to say, you call friends friends, and really they just acquaintances, meaning they may not be true friends. In some cases, I do think there was a friendship, but I think that once you find out maybe some deeper things on how people are, like if they have greed issues, if they are highly into dysfunctional families, if they look at you in a certain light that may not be as respecting you. And that's where I'm at in my life now. That's what I say. I can get a dog. It'd be me, Jesus, and my dog, and I'll be all right. Do I have friends? Yes, but I'm not about a bunch of bull crap. I'm not a bunch of craziness. And the older you get, I believe there is a point in wisdom of what you're going to tolerate and what you won't. And where I'm at in my tolerance is I'm not about tolerating foolishness. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I realize as younger people, we may tolerate things more. I can't. And I also think it's really kind of a flashback to how I grew up too. That's it right there. You know, a lot of times I realize it's like all the people talking about having to go to these dinners with a lot of their political situations where family is divided based on the madness. And one of the ladies, I forgot her name, she funny. She did this thing called Let Me Go to the Board. And she'll do like a little thing where she make a little smart remark, and she funny as can be. But last year she did it, and this year she did it where she telling people like, look, why y'all going to these family dinners? And you sitting up there with these crazy people, and she said, absolutely not. And she said the same thing this year in a different way. And she funny with the way she came across, but basically, why are you sitting in the midst of madness? And a lot of people sit in the midst of madness. I don't have the energy anymore. And families that do, I mean, they crack their butt cheeks and take dumps on their people. And you sit up there and you getting crapped on, mamas, daddies, cousins, kids, and absolutely flipping not. I can't. And folks like to live in the lies and delusions. That's why we got cray cray right now. All these people living in lies and delusions. You got those who want to feel like they white and it makes them better when really and truly white doesn't exist. It's just dumb. The white black thing is like the Crips and the Blood. It's just dumb. It's a color code and people getting on board of basically groups. Child, we ethnicities. Where you people from? You from Ethiopia? You from a Latino country? You from Europe? Where you from? White, black, that's a color code, and ain't nobody really white. Zero. None of y'all white, just a lighter skin. You either tan, pink, you're just a lighter skin. Child, bye. And the skin colorations go from black, brown, uh, reddish brown, tan, and it's just dumb as hell. I'm just like, really? Caramel? It's just dumb. Tell me the ethnicity. So you got folks that want to be on certain things, and now you find out even minorities who they wanted to claim white, and they got their feelings hurt because the ones that really feel they white sat down, beat them up, put them in some handcuffs, and put them in another country. How white are you? And they just basically told you use some more niggers. I did. So I'm not going to sit at the family table with the foolishness. I'd be sitting up there just looking at people. It's like, even my play news, there are some folks that are in her area of the company, and a couple of them is ratchet. I was like, absolutely not. I don't even want to hear about this ratchet girl. Some people get entertained by that. I'm not entertained. At 57, I'm not entertained. I don't want nothing to do with ratchet people. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to have peace in my middle east. But some people like to deal with ratchetness. And if that's you, do you, boo-boo. It won't be me. So, no, I do get out the house. Actually, me and Linda did a drive all the way to Tucson, and we went to a Mexican grill in Tucson. I'm probably going to do some drives up north. I haven't done those yet because I've been handling some things down here. And I used to just do private drives with me and my dog. I'm not a person because of how I grew up, and I was such a loner in high school and I didn't realize my lonerness had to do more so with just the level of drama in my household. And it was that I became very isolated, probably as my own type of protection, because if the persons that are supposed to be family are this foul, then you tend not to want a lot of people close. Like, I didn't realize I have a problem hugging people. And it was actually Grumpy who said, he says, you don't like people hugging you. And I realized that's a protection. It's a protection because of the damage that was done, because the people who did hug me happened to be family members who were pervs or who were abusive, like my biological mother. No, I actually, Thanksgiving Day, what did I do? I did go to the store. That was it. And then I came back to the house. I went to the store and I got some coffee. I can't remember if I went to Dutch Brothers or Starbucks. I went to one of them. And I went to the store. I got a few missing items because I thought that I was cooking. And I ended up in the kitchen. I had leftover pizza the night before, so I just heated up the leftover pizza and ended up in the kitchen doing some massive organization and redoing stuff. And I cook little things. So, like I was telling Chicago BBW, I've been cooking little pieces of my of my Thanksgiving dinner for the past 3 days. So I did. I cooked just little stuff. Like right now, I did the greens yesterday. Well, I did them overnight last night. I'm going to do some beans too. I smoked some pork hocks, and I smoked it too long. It was a tri-tip. And I got tired and I smoked it overnight thinking that the fire would die and it would still be okay. But it's gonna go in the beans. So it's nice and smoky. So it is gonna flavor the heck out the beans. So between the pork hocks and that steak, I chopped it up and I got half a steak left. I'm gonna take that other half and make some soup with it. But for now, I'm making some pinto beans. I sat here and just picked through the beans. I'm getting ready after this. I gotta go to Wally World, but while I'm going to Wally World, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the Instapot and let that the meat tenderize in some water, and then go grab my order and then come back here. And yeah, I don't know. I got a craving for like some yogurt or ice cream. I got a sweet tooth right now, and I don't normally have sweet tooths, so I got some sweet tooths. But yeah, I gotta pick up an order at Wally World here in a minute. But other than that, and I work tomorrow and I gotta do overtime. I was gonna do some today, but I was like, nope. I've had nice 4 days off. I've been just doing things around the house. I worked on the garden yesterday. I may tonight plant the little chili plant tonight. I'm thinking about planting her. And then I just pretty much worked on the garden. Um, that plant that you saw was a Thai chili plant. So I'm probably going to plant her tonight and let her do her thug thism over in the corner. Um, and then I got some other stuff I want to plant. I got some kohlrabi I want to put out there and plant. So we'll see, and we'll just see. But I'm gonna do that, and I got that one of the big beds. I made it ready for planting. I need to get carrot seeds. I think I got some around here. I just got to find out what I did with them. So I'm getting through bins. I'm getting stuff because this over here is going to be cleaned out. Whatever's going to Goodwill is going to Goodwill. And then I got a day bed I'll be ordering. Absolutely. Girl, yes. And because you go to grocery store, like Linda was talking about the fact that she went, lettuce. I don't even care if it's romaine. I ain't never paid usually over $1 for romaine. Now it's $2 and change. Iceberg lettuce, which has absolutely no nutritional value. It's crazy. So right now, like and I think my garlic popped. I didn't get the garlic seeds, but Kirkland has organic garlic, so I bought a bunch of them. And I'm like, yeah, let me go throw some of these out. And I think they popping right now. They won't be ready till summer, but I think I'm gonna get some garlic heads out of them. And if I do, and then maybe the next year I'll be ready and get other varieties of garlic. I wanted some elephant garlic. Other varieties of it. And then I got the lettuces. Right now I got a lot of herbs and peppers. But I want to get kohlrabi. I've never done kohlrabi, which I guess is kind of like on the broccoli side family in the brassicas. And I heard it tastes kind of like a broccoli, I think is what it's supposed to be. What else? Just some things I want to put out there, and I'm just little by little doing stuff. But yeah, that's it. And I'm not about right now, and right now it's cool weather crops, so you can just kind of rotate. I got some lettuce should have some different lettuces coming up. But yeah, I'm just putting stuff out there and rolling with it. This is the first time I'm growing garlic, so I've never grown garlic before. Um, I will let you know. That's what I do understand is that you have to cure, just like sweet potatoes or any potato, they have to cure too. I will say here in Arizona, I have learned that you do not cure sweet potatoes outside in the summer months because them bad boys will bake. And I had gotten a really good potato harvest. My first thing and only thing that I grew here without pest damage was sweet potatoes. They grew and they did wonderful. I was so happy about it. I got a video somewhere. I think maybe on my Facebook. I was like, oh, look this. So I thought I was going to cure them outside. I left them out there to cure. I went out there and they soft. They was so hot in Arizona. Things was bad. They became baked sweet potatoes. But I threw them away because I can't remember. Because you should be able to leave them out there. I forgot how many days, and I don't know when they baked and what took place after that. So it was what it was. But yeah. So no, this is the first year doing the garlic. I heard it'll be ready in June, July. So once it's ready, I was gonna research more, and I figured you were gonna sit it because that's what I saw most people sit. I put some onions out there too. But we'll see what pops. I do need, like I said, I need to find my carrots. If not, I'm gonna buy some carrots. I need to do a good in my gardener haul. They had the Black Friday, but I done spent money, y'all. I was like, I done spent so much money between buying stuff for my Thanksgiving. I did do a Black Friday deal. So in my room for years, actually both my TVs are Black Friday TV deals. One of them is a screen about what most people now consider kitchen TVs. It's to me crazy. But anyway, it's a small old school screen like this Vizio. Great TV. But it's small. And now being old and the peepers, if I'm in my room, I can't read little stuff in the screen because it's a small screen. But it also can serve as a computer monitor as well. Really good TV though. Really good little TV. But I did Walmart had a TV show up in my feed, in my, the advertising to you. It was, I think, a Vizio, and I'm a fan of Vizio. Yeah, Vizio, and I'm a fan of Vizio because the little TV I have in the room is Vizio, great TV. And so I was like, oh, okay, this is Vizio. It was like, I think, $100. And it was, I think, a 32-inch. So then, all of a sudden, Black Friday, they had a TV called an ONN. I didn't know who it was, but I guess that's their brand of electronics. And it says that it was powered, the OS operating system for the TV is Vizio. So I was thinking about getting it, but someone said, go check Best Buy. I ain't been to Best Buy in years. Years. Let me say it again. I have not been to Best Buy in years. The TV in the living room is a Black Friday deal from Best Buy from, man, I might have been in my late 30s when I got this. So, and it's, I think that might be a 40-inch. It might be 40 some inches. I don't know. It's a decent sized little TV. So when I went to Best Buy, all of a sudden they had I'm not mad at you. When I went to Best Buy, they had a and see, I don't know which all of the ones have what. So I'm gonna be honest. I did do the Target boycott. I did that one. But when I went to Best Buy, they did have, what did Best Buy have? They had a 43-inch, and then as I was searching more, they had a 40-inch. And the 40-inch was their Insignia brand, 1080. This one I have in the living room is Insignia 1080. Tiffany laughing at me. The one I have in the living room is 1080. Well, they also gave a $10 off, and it was $89.99 for the one that I saw on sale at Best Buy. They gave $10 off, 1080, whatever, high definition. I don't really care. I know that they got the Ultra 4K. I don't buy technology all the way up to date, although I really would like a new iPhone. I don't know if I want the newest one. I really would like, I think it's the 14. I think it's the 14 is the one I'm really interested in. I'm not big in the new one because I think they said they made it out of aluminum. And they trying to make, oh, it's lighter. Of course it's lighter. You made it out of a cheaper material. Oh, yeah. So, I'm saving plastic now. I are recycling. I recycle it for loop now. And also, any cans I have, I recycle and put it over there. I was just throwing stuff out. And then one of my associates was like, hey, can you give this stuff? I said, wait a minute, what they doing with it? Well, they taking it to the recycle place and getting loot. I'm like, oh, my grandmother used to do that. And she used to keep a little money, and that woman always had change. I'm starting to go back to some things. She said, reason you ain't got no money because you don't recycle your aluminum foil. Okay, Grandma, I hear you. I hear you. Get ready to start using some of that wisdom. So she would collect cans and everything, take it to recycle place, and before you knew it, she would save up her little chump change, and she was scrubbing floors. She was a help for the, taking care of certain folk and clean up for certain folk. And that woman be clean as a fish on a Sunday because she would save up, and that was her way of doing things nice for herself. Wait, were you winning? But yeah, so I got the TV, and it was originally $89 and came down to $79 because they gave another $10 off for, I don't know, it was a $10 off thing for something. I hadn't been shopped with them in so long. So I used that and drove up, and Black Friday has changed. Beats to be them crazy lines, and I drove up. I ordered everything online, drove up to Best Buy. Best Buy dude came and slid it in the back seat. It's in the room. I haven't put it up yet because I'm rearranging the room too. But it's going to go up, and I'll put it up, and we're going to call that a day, too. Yeah, I don't know which. I know that I did the Walmart. I'm in the Walmart. I did the Target one, because I thought Target was probably the worst on what they did. Because they really were a conundrum. First, you promoting all of the alternate lifestyle stuff. Then all of a sudden, you turn around and say, I'm not going to do DEI. I'm confused. Oh, I didn't even know. Okay. Oh, the Campbell soup. Yeah, I've heard about the Campbell soup story. I watch a lady. Oh, what is her name? Tabitha Speaks Politics. She funny. I don't necessarily agree with all of her stuff, but she be highlighting stuff. Some of it I realize they highlighting it also to get folks to join them and follow the weirdness because folks is intrigued by it. But she did the thing with the bioengineering for Campbell soup, and the dude he gonna say all against the negative stuff about folks. I was like, but I believe that the time we're in is a time that the Lord is having an unveiling done, not only in politics, but in the church and in the world in general. And, it's funny to me because you get people who will get behind and hate old boy and they, oh, release this and release that. But you got Chester the molesters in your family that you protect, or you don't deal with what has happened to family members, but you're going to jump on a bandwagon about this dude. That's a conundrum to me. It's a conundrum and it's hypocrite. It's you being a hypocrite. Go sit in the corner somewhere. Because it's overall thing, and those who also are protecting, it's no different than what we see in the family. So I say it's like the American family. Ain't no different. You be in families where y'all know y'all got Chesters up in the family. You know you got them. And y'all will sit at the table with them. Absolutely not. And sit there and act like everything's normal and want the victim to sit there at the table and don't even talk. Let's not even talk about it. Let's just sweep it under the rug. Or you had abusive people or people who did real foul things to other people in the family, and y'all just want to sweep it under the rug. Okay, I'll be over here by myself. That's like the woman said. Why you gonna go to the table and be irritated and pissed off? I don't know that they did because they were trying to him and ha and say stuff, but yeah, he needed to be turned. If they can prove that recording was true, which is likely it is, he need to be turned. But we thank him because most of us don't look at our ingredients that deep to know that it's bioengineered. And now you also told us that guess what? You make your food in order to you make it for people less than you. And your goal was that it's made for certain people, so you don't really care about us. So thank you for letting us know that. I got a few now. I ain't throwing my Campbell's away. I'm eat whatever I got. I mean, we've been eating a lot of stuff that's horrible for us in the first place. But whatever I got, I got. But honestly, I have not been big on Campbell's in a long time. Anyway, um, I usually go Progresso. Progresso just to me has a much better soup. And then what I did is, I know she was showing how you can make your own cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, all of that. But what I also did was I researched, and I mean, granted, it's Wally World, and they part of the madness too. But they actually have a brand of cream of celery, cream of mushroom. So you just probably can go to your own stores. Like I probably can check United. You probably check Kroger. I'm not a Kroger fan. We have an Aldi's out here. I have not been to it yet, but my next payday is a goal to go there because I want to go pick up. I saw somebody do something with their bean soup, their 15 bean or whatever soup. I want to get a package of it and try it out. It was a little different from the one I normally get. But I do, like I have one back there right now, but I know the ham season is going to be probably around Christmas. We'll get the hams coming out and the spiral ham. So I always grab one of those because I do like ham sandwiches. I like ham bones. You can make your beans, your bean soup, all of that, and get ready for that. But right now, I'm getting ready to start really eating off myself. I don't normally have to go to the grocery store except for fresh produce. I got a deep freeze over here that's full of meat. I in my regular freezer, I can't even put anything else in it. So yeah, I'm gonna really start eating off of me and saving money because yeah, the grocery store thing is ridiculous. And I save because I'm a sales shopper. The only time I didn't go in and buy sales was Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day, I didn't buy sales. That's honesty. I went in and just grabbed what I needed on the day, and that wasn't a lot. It was like I think $40 worth of stuff. But even still, I normally, when I go in, I'm buying probably close to, I'm normally knocking my bill in half. So I could buy $100 worth of groceries between 40 and $50 by the time I'm done. And they know it. They know me when I come in because they be going, let's see what you do this time. Absolutely. I clip them sales, and by the time it's over with, and like I don't shop Kroger a lot. Only time I shop them, they always offer me free softener, laundry softener, and I'll clip that coupon and then I'll see what they have on sale And I do drive up and go. I don't even go in the stores anymore. Only store I go into right now is Safeway out here. And the only reason I go into it is because they're drive up and go. I don't know that they let me use my gift cards because I use gift cards to budget with. If I can start doing that on the drive up and go, I'll probably be doing that and won't be going to their store. Because I'm seeing also the people are weird, and there's a different. It's just folks are this entitlement, this hoodness, this ratchetness. That's really the best thing. People are ratchet. I mean, extra ratchet, extra ratchet. Anyway, we at an hour. Miss Tiffany, have a blessed night. I got to go pick up an order, and then I got to get back here because I do work tomorrow. I finish some stuff out, and then be ready for work tomorrow. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you had a blessed Turkey Day. And I'll probably be back on in a couple of weeks. I'll do an announcement like I did this time and try to, I don't know, I may try to do a more regular schedule. We'll see. Girl, I can't do it anymore. My energy is low. I just want to drive up, get my stuff, and go. That's why the Black Friday thing. I chose deliver the car curbside. I was like, praise Jesus. I did it all online. I was shocked. Because this TV and the other one, I stood in line to go get those. Yes. Different years, but yeah. And I haven't been to I went to one other Black Friday. When I got this, I was at a Black Friday. And I had to go all the way to the other side of town to some little ghetto store to get that on the special I got it for. But yeah, no. No more. Anyway, girl, peace. Y'all be blessed. 2 and 2. Peace.